What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another smartphone office video. Yeah, it's a little different today. Got some stuff to do this morning with the boys. Well, the young men, they like, man, we ain't boys no more. Anyway, players bring that pleasure. Players bring that pleasure. That's why women love them. Yeah, I'm going to put that whole thing in the title and whatnot. Yeah, they bring that pleasure because people be trying to figure it out. How is it a man, he could be a player and he could be anything from a hobosexual, a Pookie, a Ray Ray, Chad and Tyrone, even though some people give Chad and Tyrone those passes and everything. But they be wondering, well, how they getting the women? And guys be thinking all this other stuff. That's because they bring them that drug called pleasure. Now, in my book, I hadn't talked about it in a long time, A Player's Eyes. You know, I wrote this back in what? I forgot when I wrote this. Anyway, I talked about it. Wait a minute, let me find that chapter. You know, the drug called pleasure. Yeah. Because it's a drug to women. You know? Shoot. Yeah, and some of y'all who remember me from a long time, y'all remember I used to have that opening called Pusherman. You know? Because he was a drug dealer. Shoot, women go crazy. Instead of tapping their arms, they tap their thighs. They want that drug called pleasure. If you really look at what the players bring, that's what they bring. That's why women be coming back to them. Women know they are pleasure, but they bring the drug. And all they doing is making a woman feel good. See, a lot of dudes up here thinking just because they got that nice house, that nice car, that money, or they good people, they making a woman feel good. Nah, it's deeper than that. You got to get those women addicted. And that's all it is. That's why they be putting up with a lot of stuff until they just get to a point that they can't put up with it anymore. Anybody who's followed me know I've talked about Mr. Goodbar, right? Mr. Goodbar, you know, he's just bringing that chocolate that women like, making them feel good. That ice cream sundae, that candy, whatever. You can call them Candy Man too. Be making them feel good. And, you know, they invariably probably leave him because they tired of putting up with some stuff. And they'll talk trash about him too. They'll be like, man, they'll be like around their girls. It's like, girl, I ain't done with nobody. I'm going to give me a nice guy and all of that. But invariably, they'll get another Mr. Goodbar. Yeah. In fact, I say I say a woman will put up with a player, a bad boy, or a dog for one reason and one reason alone. That drug called pleasure. You know? That drug called pleasure. You know, women be getting that pleasure and they be hanging out. That's what y'all got to understand. When you in bed with that woman, that shit got to feel good. It can't be no 3 minutes and whatnot. And you taking care of her, you paying the bills and all of that. Indeed, that's why you get a lot of women, they be cheating on their men. They cheating for that pleasure. They'll get a good guy. Got a house, got him in a house, everything, and you know, but they'll meet that guy, bring him some pleasure, and they'll tell that guy that they want to get the pleasure from. They saying, yeah, he just a roommate. We like roommates and stuff. We don't have sex or anything like that. Women call it a dead bedroom. That's one of the main reasons they cheat. You know? And see, I'm going to tell you what. One of the things to understand, and I talk about it in the book, I'll put a link for it in the description box, A Player's Eyes. I'll put a link for it in the description box. Women, that's how they be looking at a man. That's how they be looking at the man. Because, like, you know, anybody who's read my books know, you know, of course I talk about select and non-select, but then I break him down even further. Mr. Goodbar, he brings that full pleasure. He brings that full pleasure. That's why he had women lined up. Anybody who on that level, the woman never quite leave him. She might leave him for a little something, but she'll come back because she's addicted. But then you got the masked man. Now he got a little bit of money, but see, he don't get that full pleasure. He don't get that full pleasure. And a woman might put up with him for a long time. He got that cut drug and everything. They'll still deal with him. He bringing a little bit, right? And those are select. But then you get the non-select guys, right? You get the non-select guys. And the non-select guys, that's the gamesman and the nice guy. Now the gamesman, he just got enough. That's only when the woman can't get the top two. So he got just enough. A woman might deal with him because they can't get with the top two. And even then, the woman's like lying to herself and all of that. And then that's shit. Then the nice guy. Let's be real. The nice guy is only there. Despite what many men want to think. And sometimes I'm nice about it. But they're only there because they ain't bringing that pleasure. They ain't making a woman feel good. And everything. A woman see that man like her brother. She ain't getting turned, well, at least in most parts of the world, she ain't being turned on by her brother. So that's the guy she'll talk to him and stuff like a brother. Cause he ain't making that vajayjay tingle. He ain't making it. And I'm gonna tell you what, here's the thing with women. And this is why I'm very critical of men trying to judge another man. It's so many things that go into turning a woman on, Because if you take an honest look at a lot of the players, even though, and I continue to preach body game. Yeah, some of them had that great body, but then, they might be lacking something else. They might be like medium ugly or whatever. And see, a lot of guys thinking they just focus on a woman's face. I already know. Nah, they want to know which guy got that ding-a-ling that's going to make them scream. And which one got that attitude that's going to make them scream in the bedroom. And see, a lot of women feel like, yeah, if that guy ain't all that, he going to work a little bit harder in the bedroom. Now, they be looking at it. Trust me, when a woman looking at a man for sex, it ain't the way a man thinks, because men be thinking all this other stuff. But women look at a man totally different. And the main thing that they do is they looking at that man with their vajayjays. That's why I question it when a man's trying to tell another man he don't have a vajayjay. He just don't have a vajayjay. That's it. But when you really break it down, the man's turning on the woman because of his ability to deliver that drug. And that's all. That's really it. That's really it. And yeah, they'll deal with another guy who may not do it, but then that guy needs to double back home one day. That guy needs to double back home, and he needs to, he might be catching something. He might be catching her in the act. And sometimes a woman might be slick. She might go to that motel about 20 miles out. Something. Because she's looking for it. And indeed, I hadn't talked about male exotic dancers in a while, or gigolos. They paid to deliver that drug. And it's a combination, or basically it's a combination of the man's body build, and how he's treating her. And also his attitude. Now, he could, say he real, consensusly handsome, he might have a good height on him, but then he got some sexual hang-ups. Women ain't trying to deal with that. Shoot, women want that man whore. Shoot, they want that man that's going to have her screaming, hollering, speaking in languages, contacting the great pumpkin and stuff. They want some man going to have their head rolling, eyes rolling back in their head and whatnot. Yeah. But it's that pleasure. They looking for that pleasure. That's why they'll put up with it. Shoot, they might even put up with some bullshit from them. You know, they'll stroke their buddy's man or something. I've seen that happen. You know? I've seen that happen. Shoot. Because I remember one time in one social circle, right? This woman was supposed to be watching this man, make sure he ain't act up. Her buddy's man. And I never forget, her man came over to me, said, "Hey, Ron, you see that girl over there? Yeah, she been here 20 times. She been here 20 days. I bust nut in her 22 times." I was like, shit. Yeah, women, shit, they don't care. They don't give a fuck. That man got that rap, shit, they want that. That's why sometimes they do be messing with that homosexual. That dude don't even got a home to live in. But he can bring that pleasure. Or that Pookie and Ray Ray. He can bring that pleasure. He even if he a nerdy guy, if they look at him and they feel like he can bring that pleasure, boom. And that's all it is. That's all it is. Guys be trying out there to think about that shit. Bring her the pleasure. Give her the drug. You got to have her tapping her thighs and whatnot. Like I said, I put the book, a link for it. I'm also going to put a link for this book, for this song, Pusherman, that I used to, that used to be my opening song before I went with the jazz. Listen to that song closely. And I've dropped that song a couple times. Listen to it closely and stuff. That's going to tell you and stuff. Now, this ain't going to be as long because, you know, I'm at home and stuff. I got some stuff to do. It might be a couple next few days and stuff that I'm doing it from home because got to do something today, and then Monday I got to take my car in for something. So I don't know if I'm going to have the car the next day. Depends on how long it takes them to order a part and everything. Hey, that's what you got to do, you know. But anyway, right? Yeah, I want y'all to think about that. And I'm going to be chilling today. Got to chill out with my young men. Because remember, my main thing is about being family. My main thing about being family and stuff. But remember, y'all looking at that player and y'all trying to figure out why she keep going back to that guy and he don't got half the shit you got. He bringing her the pleasure. That's it. That's it. Seriously, it ain't that deep. It really ain't that deep. Guys be trying to make it deep and trying to think of all this stuff. Shoot, because I'm going to tell you what. That's how some men be controlling women. Shoot, they hit those spots and shoot. In fact, I'm going to put another link to Alexis K. Tyler where she said, you know, they can make a woman slap somebody. Shoot, yeah, I'm going to put all these links in there. But y'all check it out. Seriously, once you understand that, you understand a whole lot. That's why some broke dudes, they ain't even getting money. Because remember, I talked about that. It ain't about money. They use a man for money. They use a man for money. And they'll use a nice guy to help move their furniture and complain about the guy who's actually bringing them pleasure. All right? But seriously, that's the game. If you understand that, you understand everything. And if you don't want to understand that, or you complaining, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, all right? So anyway, that's all I got. And I'll get back with y'all next week. Because y'all know I don't do shit on weekends. It's like, you know, my sovereign man stuff and my inspirational stuff, all right? So anyway, and yeah, I know some people probably be like, hey, Rob. Yeah. It is what it is. Like I said, I got a life outside of y'all. So anyway, nothing personal, but I got to do my thing. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace and blessings.